Hi, everyone. It's me again, Pastor X. Today I want to talk to you about what I call self-imposed relationship pain. Okay. Now, I've come to believe, or I'm choosing to believe, that some of the issues that we have in our relationships, some of the challenges that we are faced with, some of the troubles that we have in the relationships are self-imposed. It's things that can be avoided. It's things that we can do away with. Yes, there will be challenges in any relationship, but some of them are things that are self-imposed, are things that we invited into the relationship, we brought them into the relationship, and we've allowed them to grow in the relationship. Some of the things are things that started as small things that were not unnecessary, and we allowed them, and they started growing. They started, giving birth to other things, as much as they were small things. So, when we talk about self-imposed relationship pain, we're talking about things that you could have avoided. You could have done something about them before they became a pain. So nothing in a relationship just happens overnight. Nothing just comes from heaven and it drops onto our laps and we find ourselves having to deal with it. It doesn't work like that. Why? Because what pains us, we are pained by having expectations, but also we are pained by allowing people to treat us in a certain way that we are not happy or comfortable with. And as a result, we go through relationship pains and stresses. Okay. So some of these things, because we teach people how to treat us, hence I'm coming to a conclusion that we allow them, meaning that this is now self-imposed. It's self-inflicted pain. Hence, I'm failing to understand why then we keep crying over the very same thing that keeps happening over and over a period of time that is caused by the same person. That I'm failing to understand. And I know there are answers to that. But I'm saying I'm failing to understand because it shouldn't be like that. You cannot endure the same pain from the same person over a period of time. Meaning that the first time around might have been an error in judgment from your partner's side, but when it happens for the second time, then it's your fault. Okay? First time around, it's their fault, and it could have been a mistake. But second time around, it's your fault. Third time around, it's your fault. Fourth time around, then you are a sadist. You are a sadist. You are somebody who just enjoys being sad. You're just somebody who enjoys enduring pain. Hence, we would even lose any sympathy for you because we're thinking, what is the point of helping you? And these are the very same people who would come and say, no, but I love her, but I love him. Love has got nothing to do with this. Then you need to decide. Are you going to take the pain and enjoy it? or are you going to do something about it and be happy? We all deserve to be happy. We all are entitled to being happy. So being happy is your entitlement. According to God, it's your right. God never created anyone to be miserable. So when we talk about self-imposed relationship pain, we talk about pain that you are causing to yourself by allowing certain things. So it's self-imposed. Number two, you allow things to keep happening over and over and over. Some of the things that you are going through now that are painful, if you can look back, you might have allowed one. It might not be consistently the same thing, but you might have allowed one in terms of behavior, in terms of treatment. And because you've allowed that, I thought it is okay to do B, C, and D up to Z just because you've allowed A. Sometimes A happens, then maybe you forgive, you give a benefit of the doubt. But the minute B happens, that should be an awakening call that says C, D, E, F, G, Z are gonna come. Else, you'll end up becoming numb to pain. You'll become numb to degradation. You know, a person can do something to you and you can just cry now and move on, which is not right, which is bad, which is not good in any standard. So you become now an official sadist that I was talking about. And it's because we've ignored the red flags. Red flags are always there, Some of them, they might come as a joke. Some of them, they might come as a mistake. Some of them, they might come as in passing. You understand? But I promise you, it's a build-up. It's a build-up. If you allow a child to steal a sweet once, and you don't sit them down and you address it in detail, and then it's just a matter of time before they steal something else. They steal something else. Before you know it, it's money, big money. Before you know it, they steal from other people and so forth and so forth. Red flags are always there. So what happens is you find yourself now being ignorant to the pain, and everyone else is looking and saying, what is this person thinking? Okay, because now you are numb to the pain. You even anticipate pain. I know this with, I remember when my second born was 3 years old. Every time he does something naughty, I will give him a bit of a spank on his hand. And I stopped the day he did something and I said, Kagiso, what are you doing? And then he just did this. And I was powerless, but I wanted to see what's going to happen. And then I gave him 3 claps on the hand, and guess what? He didn't cry. And then I knew that he's conditioned his mind to it. It doesn't affect him anymore. So meaning that he can even mess up knowing that I'm going to get smacked or spanked, okay? And he prepares himself. So he just gives you a hand and it's over and done with. So I had to apply a different technique now to it. So you will also do that, subconsciously, so even without you being aware. That's why I come across a lot of people that are saying, you know what, Pastor X, I've given up. And I'm thinking, then why are you in this relationship if you've given up? Why is it still a factor or a matter to you? All right. And then the other problem that will arise is that you're going to start accepting pain as normal, because anything that happens over and over a period of time, it starts becoming a normal. It starts becoming a habit, and it becomes a new normal to you. Okay. So if now, let's say you're working 9 to 5, and all of a sudden you change jobs, you find a job that gives you a night shift, and meaning that you work at night and you sleep during the day. do you know, after some time, that becomes your normal. You just need to do it once or twice, and it becomes your normal. Oh, okay, I think there's money coming. When my left hand itches, there's normally money, so I receive. Come. All right, so you don't want to find yourself accepting abnormal things as normal because you've allowed them, over a period of time to happen to you. And you start to self-blame as well. You start now looking at yourself, because what have you done? You've normalized the situation, and you start saying, probably I'm the problem here. No, you are not the problem. Yes, you were the problem by allowing the problem to continue, but you can end it. There's always a turning point. I've got a book that is called Marriage Turning Point. And if you are listening to this, I would like to offer you that book. I would like you to offer that book. Just send me a WhatsApp with your name and the title of this clip, and I will send you that book for free, Marriage Turning Point. Probably you can learn something out of that. And this is valid for the next 2 weeks from posting this. So look at the date before, and then if it's within 2 weeks, send me your name and where you are and the title of this message, Self-Imposed Relationship Pain, and I will send you that. There's always a turning point. You cannot be despondent. You cannot give up now. You need to own up. What are you up to? What is your value? What is your worth? Are you happy with how things are? If you're not happy, change them. Change them. So you cannot start accepting this as a norm, because you'll start now self-blaming. And when you self-blame, meaning that you reduce yourself, even if you were having this as your standard, you drop it all the way down. You need to stop giving unending chances at the cost of your own happiness. You cannot be sacrificed. You are not Jesus. You cannot sacrifice yourself and your happiness for somebody else, another adult. If you're doing that for your kids, yes, may God bless you. But you cannot do that at an expense of your own happiness by making somebody else happy, by them stealing your own happiness. You need to stop giving unlimited chances. I believe he's going to change. I believe she will change. That thing doesn't work. Instead, I keep knowing, okay, I need to do this differently, but it doesn't change. It never changes. All right? You need to stop believing in people who don't believe in themselves, with also no motive to change, no willingness to change, and no remorse at all. You stop believing in such people, because you are compromising yourself. You are inflicting pain on yourself. You are self-imposing pain on yourself. Stop believing in people who don't believe in themselves, with no willingness to change and no remorse in their actions. How do you see a person has no remorse? It's when they do the same thing again. Yes, I will make mistakes, but can it be a different mistake? It cannot be the same mistake. So you cannot allow that over and over a period of time. You need to set boundaries. It's not too late to set boundaries. You need to set your deal breakers. It's not too late. You can be able to sit your partner down and say, listen, this thing has been happening for some time now, but from this point onwards, this happens, these are the consequences to that. If there are no consequences, because there are no boundaries and there are no deal breakers, a person will continue doing wrong to you. And when you allow them, and then it means that you are part to the problem. You are actually a problem. Stop settling for less out of desperation or out of fear. Because desperation sometimes can make you, to lower and drop your standards to a painful state. but also out of fear. Sometimes we fear, if I leave this person, what is going to be of me? If it's not working out and the person is not willing to do right by you, sometimes all you need is to be sober enough and take that leap of faith of saying, you know what? Enough is enough. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Think about it, let it sink. If you need help from us, I'm willing to help. Just send us a WhatsApp on 0833317 Maybe you might have one of the 24 books that I have that can help you, or you can book a one-on-one session and we can be able to go through your problem and we see how best we can be able to help you. Remember to click at the bottom here, the subscribe button, so that you can get notifications every time we have new material. God bless you and do away with the pain.